الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا إلا أن يشاء الله واذكر ربك إذا نسيت وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا ولبثوا في كهفهم 300 سنين وازدادوا 9 قل الله أعلم بما لبثوا له غيب السماوات والأرض أبصر به وأسمع ما لهم من دونه من ولي ولا يشرك في حكمه أحدا صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. These ayat conclude the story that has been narrated, the narration of the story of the people of Kahf. The last thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions and instructs us about the people of Kahf, that event about them that has instruction for us. سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم. This is about the number of those people. So there's two things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has raised. One is that how many years did they sleep in that cave, and second, how many were they? And out of these, the one that how many years did they sleep, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a definite answer. And about how many they were, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has hinted but not given a definite answer, and we do not find a definite answer in any Sahih Hadith either. There is one narration in which 7 names have been mentioned. So it is possible that they were 7, it is possible that they were less or more. سيقولون, they will say, or some will say, ثلاثة رابعهم, they were 3, رابعهم كلبهم, the 4th of them being their dog. ويقولون, and some will say خمسة, they will say 5, سادسهم كلبهم, 6th of them being their dog. رجما بالغيب, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they are just throwing stones without knowing the target really. So basically making wild guesses, as we might say, just conjectures. وَيَقُولُونَ, and others will say سَبْعَةً, 7, وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ, 8th of them their dog. قُلْ, say, رَبِّي أَعْلَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ, my Lord knows best about their number. مَا يَعْلَمُهُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ, no one knows them except a few. So where it says Qalil, Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu anhu, it is narrated from both of them that we are one of those Qalil people who actually know how much they were, and they were 7. فَلَا تُمَارِ فِيهِمْ إِلَّا مِرَاءً ظَاهِرًا, and they say that the reason why they say it is that after the first 2 aqwal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Rajman bil ghaib, these 2 aqwal, these 2 sayings, that they were 3 and the 4th was dog, and 5 and the 6th of them was dog, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that these are just conjectures. But the last one where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned يَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ, that they were 7 and the 8th of them was their dog, about that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said any made any negative comment here. فَلَا تُمَارِ فِيهِمْ إِلَّا مِرَاءً ظَاهِرًا وَلَا تَسْتَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا. So the command to the Prophet ﷺ and the advice and the instruction to all the people in the Ummah of the Prophet ﷺ is that do not argue about them except an apparent argumentation. وَلَا تَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا, and do not ask anyone of these about them. So this is the end of this is how a discussion about which there is no real concrete knowledge should be ended, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and we can, if we are allowed in certain matters, we can engage in a superficial small conversation, but we do not need to go too deep into it. Of course, the number is not important. What is important is that there was people who slept and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought them back alive with His perfect authority. Similarly, under the tafsir of this ayah, it is mentioned that the ulama or even common people, when they are faced with these discussions, or when they are telling somebody something which they consider is right and still people keep on arguing, then it is not their responsibility to convince everybody of the right thing. Their job is to only quickly tell the right thing and then end the discussion in an amicable manner. وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Then the command to the Prophet ﷺ that never say about anything, I will do this tomorrow, unless you also say inshallah, which means that if Allah wills. So this is the best way, that of course all of us rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the Prophet ﷺ was also relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was very confident that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell me the answers to these questions that they are asking, the pagans of Makkah. But still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that also mention this, say it in words inshallah or any other words that mean the same thing. So therefore it should be our way too, our habit too, that whenever we resolve to do something, we should say inshallah. And we should not, the other thing is that we should not take it lightly. A Muslim, it is generally said that a Muslim says inshallah when they really don't want to do something, that if Allah wants, we'll do it. This is quite the opposite. When somebody is strongly confident and has the intention and is making arrangements and plans to do something, they say inshallah, and this is where inshallah should be used, and we'll do this inshallah. When we are texting or writing conversing with each other, it is not necessary to actually fully write inshallah. The ruling is that if we say this, similar is the case for assalamu alaikum and wa alaikum salam. When somebody says salam to us or assalamu alaikum, it does not become wajib to actually write the answer wa alaikum salam, but we could only say it, and that is enough too. Similarly, when we are writing something that we will do this, if we say inshallah, that is enough. We don't necessarily have to write inshallah. وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ إِذَا نَسِيتَ. And if you forget, do zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember your Lord. وَقُلْ, and say, عَسَىٰ أَن يَهْدِيَنِ رَبِّي لِأَقْرَبَ مِنْ هَذَا رَشَدًا. And say to those who asked you about the story of the people of cave, maybe my Lord will lead me to something closer than this to guidance. And of course the Quran, which talks about people of way before the people of Kahf and things which are way more peculiar than this people of Kahf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam the knowledge of those through the Quran. So therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam many more things which are closer than this story to guidance. وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ ثَلَاثَمِائَةٍ سِنِينَ وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعًا. The last thing about these people is that they stayed in their cave for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is definitely telling us, 300 years. So this, up to this much, the Yahud and the Nasara also agreed that 300 years was, according to their knowledge, the duration that they stayed in the cave, in the cavern. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is further saying, وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ ثَلَاثَمِائَةٍ سِنِينَ وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعًا, and 9 more. So the meaning here is that the Jews and the Christians, they had the lunar calendar, and for every 100 years there's 3 extra, they had the solar calendar, and in the Shariat of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, lunar calendar is followed. So according to lunar calendar, every 100 years there's 3 more lunar years. So for 300 solar years, which is what they believed, which is also true if you only look at solar years, but the correct count is 309 years, because you look at lunar calendar, then that's 309 years. قُلِ اللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثُوا. Now if they argue, then just say to them that قُلِ اللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثُوا, that your arguments do not matter. What Allah says, that is what is concrete. Allahu a'lamu bima labithu. Allah knows best how long they stayed. Lahu ghaybu samawati wal ard. Not only about them, but to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs all the hidden, unseen of the heavens and the earth. Absir bihi wa asmi'. He, how well he sees and how well he hears. Ma lahum min dunihi min waliyyin wa la yushriku fi hukmihi ahada. They have no supporter other than him, and he lets no one share his authority. So nobody can claim to know better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody can claim to do better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those who are the people of the Quran, very special and close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.